Welcome back to Time Barbarian again. Today, let's try to hook up level flow, but the very first step of that is we need these enemies to go into object pools so they can be spawned. All right. Enemy bird in particular needs to be a pooled object. And we are inheriting already from bird because we've got this mixture of inheritance and components going on. So that means bird is going to need to be a pooled object. And yeah, that does mean that the player is now a pooled object as well. Although I don't think that's going to be a bad thing. We will be switching to where we're spawning the player at some point anyway. So we might as well throw them in a pool. All right, so all birds are pooled objects. Let's see, enemy bird. Is there a destroy in here? That should be free. And sure enough, I haven't had a little comment on that one. All right, we're going to take us out of the pool. Okay, that should take care of that. Let's see if the bird has a destroy in it anywhere. No. Okay, and this is in the start, but I'm feeling now that this needs to go into the init instead, because we need to reset some of these things when and speaking of reset, the hit points need to be reset each time we go. So so this is now, it was a public override init. And the argument, what was the argument? Object pool. And let's initialize the base first. Let's do we even need to start? I'm not sure. Let's keep rolling with this and see how far we go. Actually, definitely need it right now. Down the line, we're going to be getting rid of it. Okay. No, it's public. Let's just put override and it'll fill it in for me. Look at that. I love that. Okay. All right. And I'm going to say what's happening now. Don't need that anymore. But I will say that the bird may need to call init on start, just to make sure all of these things get called for those guys that are not currently in pools. They're just placed in the scene. All right, and they still work. Do they completely work? Looks like it. Boom. Oh, missed it. Okay. Yeah, so that's working. Now that we've got them ready to be pooled, let's create pools. I'm going to imitate what I did for eggs. Eggs had a pool. Enemy bird, we're going to need 3 pools for that. Object pool S, enemy pool. Can we put like so? Doesn't let us do that. We can do okay, wait, what did we do for eggs? Let's yeah, we'll do the same thing. Let's imitate this pattern. Actually, let's head over here and see how did we use it before. It was in egg, for example, was a good example. Hit lava. I just called new and gave the position. Okay, so yeah, let's imitate this. For enemy bird. I'm going to put it at the top. Let's see, client accessible functions. So we're going to want that at the top. All right. Static make enemy pool. Let's make 3 separate pools. What are we calling that? It's a power level. Okay. And we call the enemy pool that enemy pool. I need the enemies like 01, 02, 03, and I can use a string builder to build that. Or I could put them into a little string table. Let's do that. Say read-only. Can I not call that a read-only string inside a? Put it up here. Okay, so we want the enemy name of the power level. Okay, we're going to load it. Okay. 100 of each enemy? No. As I recall, there was a maximum of 50 enemies, so we'll make a 50 of each enemy. Okay, so that's our enemy pools. Make enemy. Enemy bird, make enemy, get it. All right, and then this is okay, and it's not going to be an egg object anymore. Enemy object, and this is an enemy bird. And I think okay, spawn and power. So we're going to call make enemy power. We don't need this whole logic loop. That's not part of it. Just a call. Make enemy pause power, and it's an enemy bird. We don't even need the return. This is just a. In fact, let's just throw that right there. Public, make that public. Spawn. We don't need the maker because the spawn takes care of it. Okay, so now I think following the same pattern as the eggs, what we should be allowed to do now is simply call enemy bird spawn, give it a location and a power. It will generate an enemy pool if we do not already have one, and then using that pool, create us an enemy bird. All right, that should work. How are we going to test it? Why don't we test it with the eggs? Let's go ahead and bring in the hit lava function. Okay, and I'm going to say enemy bird enemy equals enemy bird dot spawn transform dot position comma m power. And I'll say if null is not enemy, if you got an enemy, we'll do that. And we just got to do the flame later. That's the only thing left. I think the hit lava variable might already exist. So that's good. So I'll put a to-do on here. We got to add flame effects at some point. Okay, hit lava presumably is commented out or doesn't exist yet. Yeah, it's less than in this world. Y is positive up. Okay, not happy. Oh, of course, I missed an important step. It was unable to load the enemy prefab. In fact, why don't we throw a warning on that? Right, and the reason it didn't work now, even though we did not have any error message on that, was that our enemy prefabs are not currently in the resources folder. You know what? Players getting this treatment too, in you go. So we don't need a characters folder in the prefabs. All the characters have just landed into the resources folder. All right, let's go again. All right, still not good. What's up now? Unable to load enemy prefab enemy underscore 03. Is that not what I call it? I didn't have underscores. Enemy bird, and they don't have underscores. Okay, and also this egg hitting the lava code is all wrong. Yeah, and now these guys are all okay. No, didn't work. Okay. And we got some index out of range here. You know what? That's too much. Let's do index equals power -1 because we count from 0. And we'll put index in all the array bounds. And we need this one as well. And let's take a look at this. What's going on here? Game object has been destroyed. Enemy bird was destroyed. Somebody destroyed something in here. Let's take a look. Who wants to do some destroying? Destroy. Game manager. Nope. PooledObject. Okay. That could be happening. Oh, hold on. I also want to fix. I said 4 was too much. Let's go with 3. Okay, here comes an egg. Oh, come on. All right, yes, indeed. I just destroyed an enemy 03. That seems perfectly normal because he didn't come from a pool. Let's look at that lava height. Now this one should have come from a pool. Why didn't it? Did enemy bird not call base init? It did. It bird 3, enemy 3 somehow not. Enemy 3 is not even an object. Okay, the first bird, yeah, they all have null in their pool. Now let's just go smack. Okay, there's a dead bird. And pool is not null. Pool is null. What's going on here? Call stack. It's because the start calls init. No, that's the problem. Okay. We need a one-time init for these hand-placed objects, don't we? Do we? But the pool is private, so I don't know if they've been initialized. I can just do this. If null equals mPool, only update it if it was null. And we'll put a to-do on this. Remove this when no more enemies are hand placed. Okay, here comes. Okay, it looks like the lava height is about right. And we're spawning enemies now. Oh, but their collisions aren't working. Why is that? Okay, hit point initialization. We need to change this to hit points are not a tweaker. Maximum hit points are a tweaker. And in your init, we need to say, you know what, let's put the hit points together with the hit stuff. Let's say the hit points. Let's set to the max hit points. Reset the hit points to the max. Now that means I'm going to have to go to the prefabs for everybody and change their original hit points back. Max hit points. This guy is 2. This guy is 4. This one is 6. Oops, I need not to scoop up the eggs. Okay. Supposed to let the supposed to be able to shoot those. We'll do that later. Okay, next up, the enemies are going the wrong way when they spawn right off the bat. So that's enemy bird. Okay, don't catch the eggs. Boop, boop. Okay, good. So now we have our enemies automatically spawned out of eggs. Boom, boom, boom. Complete with automatic generation of pools. So static pools, so we can rapidly recycle these guys in and out. And all automatically generated and managed, self-loading out of the resources folder. Okay, so that's a good stopping point for today. I'll see you next time when maybe we get started on level scripting. It seems like the next logical step. Okay, see you then.